The first adventure was just Harold and Tommy exploring a dungeon, and then Gorm and Timothy Burns came back and finished that dungeon. Our last session was back to just the Tommy and Harold team. You guys were traveling, and I think you were headed ultimately to Behemoth, the giant moving thing that is sort of this chaotic community. And I believe you had some sort of objects you'd found. You'd run into some weird agent of the Iron King who's from far away and you don't know much about him. He and a couple soldiers were exploring the area looking for something that you found first.
Yeah, and then Harold made us burn it.
Oh, you did destroy it. I couldn't remember that.
Yeah, I burnt it.
Okay.
Or had it burnt.
From that first dungeon, I believe you all had some kind of like various loot that you needed to liquidate to
Correct.
have money to trade for goods and services.
I've got a jeweled torque, a semi-precious stone from a statue, 3 gold coins, and fancy writing utensils.
I also have a carved wooden claw wand.
Nice. It's actually just a back scratcher, but it's still, you can call it a wand.
Fancy.
What I've got for you today is kind of a sort of mini adventure along your path. And then if we burn through that pretty quickly, we can arrive at our destination and maybe do some trading and whatnot. And if not, that's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You have made your way north from the forest now, where you found that little lair under the circle, fought that weird ghost dog creature, not as in the way of the samurai. Found the thing, destroyed the thing. Now you are moving with your loot away from those agents of the Iron King. You've emerged out of the forest now and along one of the ancient roadways that mark the land from some long forgotten empire. And you've made your way into a boggy, swampy region. It is getting boggier and swampier by the moment as rain keeps coming down. You know, to get to your destination, you need to cross a river. And there's only really, when the water's getting high like this, you either have to go a long way out of your way to find bridges or fords, or you have to go a way that people don't often go, the island of the stone house. There are legends that bad things have happened there over the years. It's definitely avoided by merchants and simple folk.
Well, we don't want to go there, so let's keep walking until we find a bridge.
Build a boat. You can do that if you want.
I've got a claw wand.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So tell us more about this legend of the stone house, Rob.
You don't know too much about it, but you emerge over a rise. You're on actually a causeway here that's part of the old road that brings it up over the marshes. It's washed out and pitted in places, but easy enough for you to walk along. Messy, of course, sloppy, wet, but traversable. And this is what you are looking at from the south.
Ah, okay.
Well, it's actually an overhead view, but you are south of this overhead view.
Yeah, got it.
The river splits into, in effect, a moat around the stone house. A bridge leads from the causeway you're on onto the island. And then past that, if you keep following it, another bridge leads onto a causeway on the other side, which is going to take you back to the main road.
Oh, yeah, so we don't even have to go into that little house. We could just cross over and keep crossing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thanks for the map, Rob.
Well, it's been fun, you guys. Good to get the group back together.
Session, guys.
No XP or anything, but that's cool. So, again, a dreary day, rain pouring down, getting chillier and chillier, getting to the point where you'll have to start making constitution rolls or take damage from the weather.
Not high.
Except for the druid, of course. Well, you're not in the woods anymore, buddy.
Oh, we're not in the woods? Oh, no. Sad. Yeah, then I might have some problems.
Actually, no. Do you have a druid ability that avoids that by nature? You don't need to eat or drink.
Eat or drink. Yeah. That's really what I'm thinking of. No, let's see. No, I guess there isn't anything truly that protects me from the elements. I could just shapeshift into a bear or something. That'll help.
Exactly. The sun, well, to the extent that you can deduce the existence of the sun, seems to be setting soon. You've been traveling all day. And you hear from the bog weird amphibian sounds, croaking and rattling. You hear from brambles in the higher ground, weird calls of birds, like none you see usually in the woods for sure.
Well, let us take shelter in that Legion of Doom house over there.
Yes.
And you can actually make out how the rooms are divided up because you're up on a rise, kind of. You can see that the ceiling is collapsed in some places. You get the rough layout, which also allows me to not give you the map in pieces.
Got it. Convenient.
Well, shall I do a search for traps or to survey a dangerous area?
I think
Roll
survey
on
a
that.
dangerous area. Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds
because
right.
there could be billy goats on those
And
bridges.
standing near the bridge now, I'm assuming, what are you doing?
Oh, Tommy is going to survey the initial bridge crossing and basically our initial area around us, our immediate area ahead of us, to survey for any traps or dangers.
Okay, I believe that is a plus dex.
Yes. So what do I roll? Is it 2d6?
2d6 plus your ability modifier, yes.
Plus my ability modifier is a plus 1. No, it's my dex. It's a plus 2. So let's go. Oh, that is 5. That's 7.
Okay, so that lets you hold 1 for possible future trappage. Is anybody doing anything else to prepare before you move along toward the building?
I'm ready to just go in.
I'll go ahead. Yeah, I mean,
But I'm a barbarian.
Yeah, I mean, I could discern realities, but honestly, I'm kind of in the Dungeon Crawl Classics mood. I'd rather just go in and get stuck in and have the stuff happen. I'm ready to move.
Shall. Okay, so you are holding 1. You can ask one of those 3 questions at any point if you want, Colin.
Okay.
Is there a trap? Was it doing activated, or what else is hidden here?
As we are approaching the bridge, I would inspect it for traps.
You do not see any traps, except, I mean, the bridge is clearly
and also
been
by
here.
Trap, I mean is it stable? Will it support us?
Is it safe?
Yes.
It's an old stone bridge. It's clearly ancient, probably, but very well built in the first instance. So, yeah, it does not appear to be on the verge of collapse. There are chips and chunks taken out of it, but you feel like it will hold the weight of 2 scrawny humans and 1 burly one with no problem.
Do we hear any billy goats?
You do not. You do not.
Okay. Then it is billy goat free. Tommy declares it. So we can proceed.
The ground on the island rises up out of the river. It's higher than the boggy area you just came through. It slopes up toward the building, and it's filled with bramble and branches. And you see, interspersed throughout some of the brambles, you see a handful of these birds. They're the source of the weird, unearthly cawing sounds you've been hearing. As you approach, the couple nearest ones rotate their heads toward you with great interest. And 2 of them actually take off and fly straight up into the air.
Are they making any kind of bird noises that I might be able to interpret?
Okay, let's see. Yeah, as a druid, I think you'd have a chance of knowing what they are. Again, they're not native to your forest habitat, but that doesn't mean you don't know anything about them.
It would be my spirit tongue ability, which does say it's about my native to my land, or akin to one whose essence you have studied. So you could give me maybe some chance.
I think let's give you a wisdom roll to see.
A wisdom roll.
Yeah, and this is sort of to gather information, so no consequence of failure, just like if you roll well, you'll be able to do that thing.
All right.
But you don't get an XP for failing.
Yeah. A 7.
Yeah, so you get... It's not a bird call that you know all that well, but it's related to other things. It doesn't seem like a hunger sort of sound, but rather a desire to plant eggs. Yeah, you've encountered this in the bird world before.
Yeah, sure. Plant eggs. What could go wrong? I'm not worried.
Okay. The 2 that are up in the air now start heading down, diving toward you 3 at ever increasing speed.
Friends, I think they might want to plant eggs inside us.
How large are these birds?
Like an owl, a good-sized owl.
Well, now, Rob, there's many kinds of owl.
All right. It says this jet black avian is about the size of an eagle. It has multiple legs and a needle-like beak.
I thought I saw multiple legs on that. I was wondering what it was.
I saw 4 legs on it.
Yeah, all right. That's creepy. That's the creepy bit, the 4 legs.
Yeah, the 4 legs. I'm sorry I didn't say that up front. So they are diving toward... Stand by. Tommy and Mrog.
They'll rue the day.
All right.
Okay.
Mrog, you're the tallest, actually, and probably the closest to taking action. What do you do?
I'm going to axe them while they are diving at us with my axe.
Excellent. That sounds,
So is that
trying
a
to speak with an
strength
axe
roll?
sounds like a wisdom roll. No,
Wisdom.
it'll be a hack and slash then as it dives towards you at breakneck speed and you try to axe it out of the air. So it'll be hack and slash. So it's plus strength.
9.
Okay. So on hack and slash, you deal your damage, but it deals its damage as well. D10 for Barbarian.
So I deal 6 of 10 damage.
And the creature claws at you on its way by, dealing 5 points. Remember, for your Barbarian special ability, without armor, you have 1 armor, so deduct 1 from that.
So 4 points of damage.
Yep. So you hack
Holy
at it
crap!
as it's coming down toward you. Oh, do you know how many hit points you have?
I have 8 plus my con, so that's
Yeah.
9 hit points.
Oh no, it's plus your Constitution attribute.
Oh,
Yeah, we should've-
so plus 15.
Yes.
Okay, that's much better.
Yeah, not so scary. However, it claws into you. You hit it on the way down. As you follow through, it lands on your barbarian patchy clothing and comes to a clawing stop on your back and is holding on to you. Tommy, you are getting dive bombed by another one of these.
Well, I'm going to dive out of the way like the sniveling coward I am.
Excellent.
I'd take a dex roll.
Sounds good. So this will be a defy danger.
And it is shit. That is going to be a 7 again. I'm
7.
not doing well
Okay.
here.
You are going to have a choice. You can successfully get out of the way, but you are diving into the muck and will be prone and quite vulnerable. Or you can stay on your feet, but take a grazing attack.
I'll take the grazing attack.
Okay. So that's just going to be a D3 damage is the good news. So you just put 3. I'm rolling well today.
Ouch. Okay.
Less any armor you have. I don't know if you have any.
I don't have any. So I have 19 hit points, so that brings me down to 16.
Harold, there's one clawed onto the barbarian. One made a slashing attack on Tommy as he dove or jumped out of the way because he stayed on his feet. You're hearing some angry cheeps from the bramble now. You recognize there are smaller ones over there, and you're guessing those are the males, and these are the females dive bombing you. What do you do, Harold?
I am going to try and stab the one that's gone after
Okay.
Tommy.
Yeah, you have a shot at it before it ascends again to do another bombing run. Yeah.
I can have spear. So this is a strength attack, isn't that right?
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
Some weapons let you use dexterity, but not a spear.
10.
For a 10. Okay. So you have a choice with the 10. You can straight up roll your damage, or you can roll your damage plus an extra D6, but expose yourself to harm or some other bad thing.
We'll just do the damage.
Okay. So roll your damage.
The spear looks like, oh yeah, it's not the spear, it's just D6. 1.
1. Oh, you poke it gently as it flies back up into the sky.
I forget to use the stabby end.
Mm-hmm.
As he pokes it gently, I say, "Your ways are strange and confusing. Poke it harder."
All right, Mrog, you have this one clawed into your back now, and you feel it starting to try to poke its long beak into your hide.
Can I grab it and smash it?
That you can certainly do that thing.
I would like to grab it and smash it.
Okay.
And is the grab and smash the same as a hack and slash, or?
I think so. Like, I don't think it takes particularly dexterity. I mean, it's fixed in place on your back. It's not moving around.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of, can you pry it off without it hurting you along the way?
I intend to pry it off and very apropos, just Hulk and Loki puny got it.
Excellent.
5.
Oh,
Those
okay.
are bad rolls.
Good news. You get to mark experience on that. Good news. You don't take new damage this time.
Cool.
Bad news. You feel the thing probe into your back next to the shoulder blade, and you feel like something large and swollen, like right at the end of that beak. Ew, we'll leave you to ponder
And I
that.
have to have Harold pop a boil for me later in between my shoulder blades.
No worries.
Tommy, what are you going to do? You've successfully jumped out of the way. You're not currently under attack. You see Mrog kind of like staggering around trying to get a hold of this thing on his back.
But would the bird on his back be considered, if I were to attack it, would it be considered surprised or defenseless?
Yeah, I think this would count as a backstab for sure.
Okay, I
It is
will go for a
occupied in
backstab.
yeah, because it's very much occupied in trying to plant its eggs in Mrog.
All right, Tommy will draw his short sword, and will he go for what is his damage? D8. Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so you can either straight up deal your damage, or you can make a roll to hopefully do even better.
Well, if I roll, that would be a roll on Dex, which would be good, but I've been rolling terribly. But how can I? What are the odds of me continuing to roll terribly?
What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong? Let's go. Those are the odds. So that is going to be a 9.
Okay.
So on a 9, I get to choose 1. Oh hell! I deal my damage plus 1d6.
All right, so that's your standard
Okay.
damage plus
So
a d6, a d8 and a d6.
That's pretty nice. D8 and a d6, and that is 11 damage.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Mrog, as you feel this horrible feeling, you're trying to knock this thing loose. Suddenly, you feel an immediate release of pressure. Tommy, you just slash the thing almost all the way through. The two halves are just kind of like hanging from Mrog's back now from the claws. The good news is the probing beak has popped back out of him. And you see an egg drop out of it just as it does. Let a very small egg drop out of it.
Cleaved it all the way down to its nuggets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mrog starts laughing and looks at Tommy and says, "You are puny and foolish, but you cut it in half when I could not. That amuses me."
Okay. The males now in the bramble, 3 of them have sprung up and are flapping angrily at you and raising their voices in an increasingly dissonant pattern together, as the other one now is dive bombing at Harold. Oh, because you poked it. Of course I decided to come after you.
I
You've
didn't hurt
offended
it.
it.
I didn't hurt it.
Well, you grazed it. Yes, so it is making another bombing run directly at our friendly neighborhood druid. What do you do, Harold?
I'm going to kill it. It's not going to get very far.
Okay.
Let's try it again. What could go wrong? 12.
Wow. Okay. So once again, you have the choice: deal your straight up damage, or deal your damage plus a d6, but expose yourself to harm.
It's going to be the damage plus d6. I'm tired of this.
Okay.
So using the pointy end, still not that great. 6 points.
6 points. You'd had 1 earlier. You'd speared it quite handily and drove it back away from you. But now that another of the females has been hit, the male's caws go into a horrific shriek, and the consequence you face is that you are disoriented by it and mark your wisdom confused.
Confused? What does that mean?
So that means you'll have a -1 on wisdom rolls until the condition ends.
Okay.
But the 2 of you remaining are a bit further away. He's in the ground zero of this audio attack. The males seem cowardly. They are smaller. They don't have eggs to implant and make them want to chase after you. So, Barbarian, you've got the remains of one of the creatures hanging from the back of you. And let's see, the one that Harold just stabbed is kind of banking now. You're not sure if it's going to run away or turn around for one more shot at implanting its precious eggs. What are you doing, Mrog?
I'm not running away, so I guess I'll take one more shot.
Okay.
I'll axe it why its friend was trying to implant something in my back.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, my weapon is forceful and messy.
Oh, I thought you did axe.
I'm muscle bound, so any weapon I have is forceful and messy.
Oh, great. Awesome. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had just looked at the sword and the axe. I forgot about the muscle bound.
So that's a 6.
You rolled a 6. Wow. Mark another experience. You lose your grip on the axe, and it goes. You weren't really in range. The way I envisioned is you kind of ran up to this thing and caught it or tried to catch it at an angle. You miss that attack. It wasn't an angle to do you damage, but you fling your axe and it bounces into the bramble.
Oh,
Oh,
Tommy, Mrog is having a rough time of it. I mean, understandably. Like, again, he still has this creature hanging in two pieces from his back. It's going to throw off your axing. The males now are, like, trying to come to another crescendo together. It seems like they're having some timing issues in their count, but they seem to be trying to disorient you all again as well.
Okay, would it do any good for me to just remove these two halves of this bird from Mrog's back? Would
Couldn't
it
hurt.
benefit him in any way? That's what
Um,
that's what Tommy will do. Tommy will
Okay.
attempt to spring forward and pull those from his back. That can be a dex.
I don't know that you need a particular roll. I mean, unless you're like, are you trying to be delicate and fancy and not, make sure you don't do
Absolutely
damage?
not. No,
Okay. Yeah. So no, you could just reach over and grab them out. It's like
he's
pulling
a
a
big guy.
bizarre
He
ass
can take
splinter.
it.
Yeah.
That's what I will do. I will just
Okay.
rip them out like splinters.
Okay. You do so. Tommy, you now are creature free for the first time in ages, it seems.
wonderful.
The remaining females banking back toward Harold. It really likes the look of you, Harold.
yeah. Well, now it's going to die.
I like that kind of talk.
That's right. Oh, well, it's actually a 12. I forgot to add the +1. So 12.
Jesus. You need to loan your rolls to everybody else here.
All right.
So again, roll damage or
I'll
roll
roll the
damage
D6.
plus D6. Okay.
3.
Okay, that is just enough to do it, though. You've
There we
you
go.
had scored that thing up pretty well. So you managed to skewer this one just under the wing. These things might be good eating. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm curious about that, especially the eggs.
Now that both the females are gone, the males realize they've got nothing to fight for, so they flap away over the river and away from you, still making their horrific call of rage and irritation, but causing you no further trouble.
Chicken
The
shits.
horrific call of rage and irritation.
Yes. I'm just saying words here. Okay. The rain has lightened up just a little bit and the light is not completely gone. So you can get a better look at your surroundings now. Again, the building probably not much younger than these bridges, but pieces of stone have fallen off here and there. As I mentioned, the ceiling in places had gone. The front door is shut. There's a lot of rain. The ground is kind of muddy, but clearly you could make your way to the door if you want. And there's,
Yeah.
like, as you see on the map, little stairs leading up to the door. One facing you. You don't really know this, but there's one around the corner as well.
I say we barge up the steps and through the door.
Okay. And don't forget, you can always discern realities and spout lore. This isn't Dungeon Crawl Classics, but play it as you will.
I'm trying to leap into danger without a plan.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do.
Okay. So you get to the door. Everything here seems to be made out of stone, which is interesting because there's not, like, you're wondering what the hell, where did it come from? Where are quarries in this muck? But who knows what the ground used to look like or how far it might have traveled. The door is kind of bent a little bit on its hinges, but you don't see any sign of a lock or anything on it.
Well, I don't see any sign of a lock on it, and I
Yes, we can
open
just
the
go
door.
in, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just assume that, Mrog, you retrieved your axe.
Oh yes, unless it's like buried in the brush, I would have done that.
No, it would take a little time and careful picking through the bramble, but you're able to get it back.
Yeah, I would have done that for sure.
Okay.
How else am I gonna ask me questions?
Okay, you open the door and there is a strong smell from the room, as though some kind of creature has made it its den, perhaps for some time, with little sense of hygiene or cleanliness. There are, in fact, various piles of fecal matter in various states of decay, old and not really dried out because it's really wet here, to very, very recent, you think. You also see marks in the walls and ceilings of unknown origin. Nothing in here that you see. And what was this thing used for? Maybe it was a guardhouse long ago, some kind of toll station. Who knows? Clearly, it is whatever it was used for in the past. It no longer is now. There are two openings in the room. One, as you see, off to the northeast, one to the southeast. It is dark in here. There's some light is coming in through the holes in the ceiling, but as I said, it's getting darker on this dark, cloudy night to begin with.
What kind of marks are on the walls and ceilings?
So you see what appear to be cracks and indentations. Something has smashed into the wall and ceiling, knocking chips out of it. And some cracks spread out from some of these places where the smashes have happened.
Billy
Like
goes,
as though something it had been struck from the inside with great strength.
In my adventuring gear, I assume I must have a torch in there.
Yes. Yeah, you can mark off one use of your adventuring gear. I think they get 5 uses each.
Yep.
So you tick off one use and fire up a torch. You see now with the light, there's the remains of some long, broken, and smashed wooden furniture, maybe table and chairs or desk or something like that, moldering, rotting on the floor. It's really loud in here with the rain still beating down on the roof. And again, there's water. Now you see like your torch is lighting up streams of water coming through the openings in the roof. It's hard to hear much of anything and with the shadows and the limits of the torch, it's hard to see too much, for example, into the neighboring rooms.
Well, I guess we better check out the other rooms.
Yeah, but make sure it's safe in here.
I'd rather find someplace slightly less smelly. I mean,
Oh, the smell bothers you?
yes, it does.
left or right? I
I'm a
believe
little
there's
confused.
2 doors, correct?
Check your prejudice at the door.
That's what I'm saying. Speaking of the door, we're going to check our prejudices at. Let's go to the one to the right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
The one to the right. Okay. So you go into the room to the right again, a couple holes in the ceiling. It seems to be more intact though. Again, you see the pound marks on the walls, especially the one off to the left. Again, this looks long abandoned. There's less fecal matter in this room, which seems cool.
There we go.
As you are, does anybody want to do anything in particular to inspect around here?
No.
My wiser friends and I offer to have a torch wherever I can put it for them to see what they need to see.
Should we try the other room?
Yeah, let's get a good lay of the land. We can always come back and look closer.
Yeah. Let's go back and then go to the room to the left.
All right. As you are coming back out of this room, you see sneaking out or trying to be sneaky out of the other room, a large creature.
Hello.
This large 8-foot tall creature with animal paws and claws and a third arm attached on with 3 long bony fingers.
The hell is that?
Where'd you find him?
Oh, I drew that. He's got tusks in his mouth, like long tusks, 2-inch tusks coming out of his upper jaw. And he, seeing that his sneaky ambush is foiled, he goes all in with a bellow of hunger and charges at the 3 of you.
Hunger? Do you
ready
not
to
see these
claw
birds?
and snatch.
I'm gonna axe him if he minds if we crash here tonight.
Yeah. Tommy has shoot first, remember? He's never caught by surprise.
You're never caught by surprise, Tommy. That's right. Okay, so Tommy, the thing is charging at the 3 of you. It is probably going to get the drop on the other 2, but Tommy, you do have, with your thiefly instincts, you are able to react.
Tommy's going to leap forward and smear some of his serpent's tears on this dude.
Okay.
So it's one of my poisons. Anyone dealing damage to the target rolls twice and takes the better result.
Okay. You can do that, but there is, of course, the risk of being smashed around by this guy when you're trying to. So I feel like that would be a defy danger using your dexterity to try to get in and do this without paying a price.
Fine. I'll go for it. Oh, this is better. That is 11. That is 13.
Okay. Yeah. So you are able to, you could narrate. How does this work?
Well, this lumbering beast comes in, and Tommy, who's a small guy, does a little diving roll between its legs. While he's rolling, he takes out his little vial of serpent's tears and just reaches up, smears it all over his crotch.
Okay. And you
guys
know,
he's rolling between his legs. It's the obvious thing. I'm not going for any kind of salacious.
Okay.
Crotch.
And anybody who works with Tommy knows that his serpent's tears poison means that anyone dealing damage to the target rolls twice and takes the better result.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Boy. So it's roll twice for damage, not to hit?
For damage. So anyone who deals damage rolls twice, takes the better result. All right. That distracts him for a moment, but the thing charges. Clearly, it recognizes the barbarian as the greatest threat amongst the 3 of you.
Oh, yes.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Oh, no.
It comes in, reaching out at, slashing at you with the claws, but Harold, that third longer arm, tries to claw at you with its pitchfork-like bony appendages.
I call bullshit.
Mrog, what are you doing?
I'm going to axe it while it's trying to claw my puny friend.
All right.
So
2d6 plus
two.
your strength.
There we go. That's
Oh!
better. 13.
Okay, so you can roll your standard damage,
Mhm.
or you can roll your standard damage plus an extra d6, thus, but expose yourself to harm. So, like,
I want to do
Okay.
that.
okay, so you're just selling out on this attack. So you're going to roll d10, your standard damage, plus that d6. Then you're going to
Then-
roll it again, and you're going to take the
Mhm.
better of the two thanks to the poison.
So
So you have an
Well, that's a
11.
6. We don't want that.
Oh, it's a 6, right? Sorry, I read it wrong. Or a
There you
13.
go.
So it's your choice. I guess you'll take the 13, will you?
yeah,
Okay. So the crazed beast charges headlong into your attack. It does deal its damage to you, though, because you took that bonus. Just hitting with one of the claws, though, I think. I mean, that was a pretty good roll. Oh, and only a 1. Boo. I mean,
okay.
and that's, remember, deduct your armor. That's no
Oh,
damage.
so that's no
somehow.
damage.
Yes. And Harold, the thing is clawing at you. What
Hmm.
are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna have to spear it. It doesn't deserve to be here. It shouldn't be here bothering us like this. 8.
Okay. That is a hit with, let's see. I think we'll just do this straight up. You hit it, but it hits you.
Okay. 3.
3. Okay. It deals 3 points, less its hide. Okay. So it's using its claw hand. So it's only doing a d6 to you, but also only 2 points. But its claw hand also will twist you and throw you down to the ground as it tries to run by Mrog.
My bark skin and wooden shield absorbed the damage, but apparently I'm
Nice.
still on the ground.
Yes. Okay, I got to try to deal more damage to you guys here.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
The thing tries to use all 3 appendages now to envelop Mrog in a horrific monster bear hug. Tommy, you managed to oil this thing up, though. What are you doing?
Okay, well, I assume I'm behind it at this
Mhm.
point, and I am still in a crouching position on the ground. So I will draw my ragged bow and knock an arrow and let fly at it from behind in a cowardly attack.
All right.
I believe that's Dex, correct?
Yep, that's a volley, so it's plus dex
Right.
with a horrific battle cry.
Oh shit, that's a 7.
Okay, so with volley on a 7 through 10, you have an option. You expend an extra ammo to deal your normal damage, so you're like taking a bunch of shots. You have to move to get the shot, placing you in danger of the GM's choice, or you have to take what you can get. You roll your damage, but then subtract a d6 from it.
Oh, let's have fun. I'll take the second option. I'll take the damage option.
Okay, so so roll your damage.
D8, that is a 7 damage.
Ooh, very nice. Okay, but let's see. You shot, but you stepped forward as now the ground is shaking as this thing is stomping and pounding around, and a piece of rubble from the top of the ceiling drops and hits you after you fire your shot. Oof, for 5 damage. It rings your bell quite well.
All right.
That's a lot.
I can take it.
All right. Mrog, this thing is trying to envelop you in a massive bear hug and using its size and weight and 3 arms to try to keep you even from being able to swing that axe.
I mean, is he able to use his size and weight at this point, or are you saying...
So if you want to swing the axe, you're going to have to do some defying danger to get away from this bear hug. Otherwise, you're going to have to try
I'm
to
here
come
for
up
that.
with some
I'm gonna axe him why he didn't axe first if he could give me a hug.
Okay.
That's the way.
So how do I defy danger?
I'll give you an option. You can try to wriggle away from his grab so you get a full range of swinging on your axe. So that'll be plus dex. Or you can try to bear the brunt of it in your torso, but leave your arms clear. And I'm going to say that's Constitution.
I am going to take the con option
Okay.
for a 6.
So you fail. He catches you and squeezes you too tight to be able to swing your axe around. And now He's going to try to deal damage to you, but you're tough and strong and can try to wrestle your way out. So I think that'll be the equivalent of a hack and slash to try to not take some damage.
That's a 9.
Okay. So yeah, describe what you're trying to do to wrestle your way out or hurt him along the way.
So he's just got me kind of wrapped up in a bear hug at this point?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to try to headbutt him.
Okay. Excellent. That's what barbarians' heads are for. So
That's right.
roll your damage, but he's giving you kind of the full works here.
So that's just a straight D10. Am I still at advantage because of what?
Oh, right. No, he had
Tommy
just gotten a limited
just-
area there. Yeah.
That's a 1. Okay. 6.
Okay. So you guys are beating him up pretty good. He deals 7 damage to you with his hug. That could have been a lot worse. And remember, your barbarian armorless thing still pays off. So only 6 on
So
that.
my Serpent's Tears only worked for 1 round?
Oh, no. Oh, because he was headbutting, he could only hit him in the head, with the Serpent's Tears weren't.
Oh, okay. I thought the Serpent's Tears were just a general badness. You didn't actually have to hit him in the balls for it.
Oh, okay. No, I think with that, but did you roll twice for damage on your...
I did not.
So you should have done, yeah. I can't remember what you rolled.
I rolled a 7. I'm not going to do better than that. I'll leave it at that. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, but Serpent's Tears are still going to be in effect for most attacks.
Okay.
So you just dealt some pretty good damage. Okay. The thing now is feeling kind of hurt, feelings more than anything.
Yeah.
It abruptly releases you and nudges you back, Mrog, and it goes to charge back into the room it came out of. So, Harold, you are on the ground and you see the thing trying to break. It pushes away from Mrog and tries to charge back into the room it came out of.
Sit where it's going.
Yeah. Follow it and try and kill it.
Okay. Are you going to try to close with it and do something before it gets to that room, or are you going to just stand up carefully and make a...
No, I am actually going to try and exert myself to get to it.
Okay. Sounds like I'll give you the option of a dex or a constitution roll. I could see either like nimbly hopping up or just powering through with...
We're going to power through.
Okay.
So this is the roll for the power through. Oh dear.
Okay. Yeah, you don't. You realize you twisted your ankle a little bit when you went down. You get up, not in a permanent way, and you're still a little dazed from those creatures howling or cawing at you. You stand up, lose your footing a little bit, and then kind of stagger after the thing. Getting into the room, you see it is running there is a small stone platform, plant holder thing, but with a curve on the top, and there is a weird foggy globe in it. The big 3-handed creature is running in. It is grabbing the globe and turning now back toward the room that you guys are in.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
You do get some mark experience on that, though, Harold.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me.
But your failure meant it got to its object unhindered.
Yep, fair enough.
It is like raising it up above its head now.
Right.
You are at the door frame, as I see it, kind of like staggered up to it.
Am I allowed to take an action and try and spear it now?
You'd have to close with it across the room. You probably couldn't run to him if his intention is to throw it and get to him before he throws it.
Okay. I will hope that I will just try and close with him and see what happens.
All right, so you're going to try to close and stab him?
Well, here's the thing. So this globe, does it look like it could shatter easily? Like, do I have any sense of how strong it is?
Wow, it sounds like somebody's trying to discern some realities.
Oh, I should make that roll then.
Yeah, so it's plus wisdom, which is still at a -1.
Which is at -1 to me. Yeah, so it's going to be... I still have a bonus, luckily. Gee, mini Christmas. Nope.
Wow.
I can't tell what's going on.
You have no clue what that thing could be. And your vision is kind of obscured by more rain now washing through the roof, too.
Right.
As he kind of like moves to try to throw it, you actually lose eyes on it for a moment.
Fair enough. All right. Because what I was thinking of doing, but now that I can't tell what it is, I'll still try it, I suppose, was to just like knock it out of his hands so he can't throw it.
Okay, so you're going to charge forward and try to get there in time to do that. Okay.
Yeah, maybe spear it out of his hands, just, lever it out, whatever, smack it out.
Let's have a hack and slash to try to do that. I'm going to give you a -1 because of the conditions here with the rain and try to close the distance quickly.
Sure. 8.
8. Okay. I'm going to give you a choice.
Okay.
He releases it. You can deflect it from the path it's in or you can just say screw it and follow through and hit him instead.
I'll deflect it.
Okay, so you deflect the thing and it goes flying now toward the opposite wall. He, in a rage, will slash at you. That's a partial success. So on his follow through, he will graze you for just 3 damage.
All right.
You hear the thing clank against the outer wall and shatter. Outside the room, Tommy and Mrog, you saw Harold run in, actually kind of stagger in after the thing. You caught a glimpse of a flash of something in Mrog's torchlight and a burst of lightning also that illuminates the room. Looking into the room where Harold is, you saw him deflect this thing. You hear it smash, and you see like a green light inside the room. Who hasn't done anything for a while? Mrog, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to one thing at a time. I'm gonna try to axe this 3-armed man. What that
Okay.
orb was.
All right, so you're charging into the room to do that. Tommy, what are you doing in the
Yes.
meantime?
Tommy is just gonna let fly with another arrow at this guy, and he's just
Okay.
gonna go straight for his upper torso.
Yeah, so Mrog, as you charge in, you see where you saw that light now, some sort of weird miasma, gas coming out of where this thing shattered and spreading quickly into the room. It's going to envelop Harold in just a moment, and you suspect that it's going to fill up the whole room.
Was there a door on this room?
No.
I still think maybe the thing to do now, upon seeing this, is to yank Harold and get out.
Okay.
This is weird, and can I grab
Yeah.
Harold by the scruff and do you want a
Definitely.
strength
Are you just-
check for me to snatch
I
him
think
up?
so. You're just going to try to bodily lift him up and out of the way?
Yeah, or drag or whatever I think would be quickest. Fireman's carry, whatever it needs to be.
Okay.
6.
Oof.
Frustrating rolls tonight.
Wow. Okay. Harold, you feel this gas now coming over you. Mrog tried to pull you out of the way. Harold, give us a constitution roll, please.
I don't get experience on a 6, do I?
You do.
Awesome. That's something
Catching
anyway.
up in levels with these guys in no time.
My constitution roll. Right, here we go.
I've gotten 3 experience in the last
Oh my
45 minutes.
4.
I've rolled double ones, a 1 and a 2, and double ones again.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you feel like this is some sort of magical gas, not like a natural chemical or anything like that. With your druidic wisdom, you can tell. And clearly something beyond the capacity of this creature to have made, by the way.
Yeah.
And you feel it seep into you, and it's going to be doing some steady damage for a while, unless you can figure out a way to incurify it.
I take a good deep breath and suck it all in.
For 3 damage this time.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Tommy, the creature, after flinging the thing, roars in triumph and looks like it's going to renew its attack. And it seems to be inhaling this stuff with no ill effect because it's getting to it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my original plan of just
Okay.
letting fly with my arrow.
Me and my arrow.
No, 7. That is a 9.
9. Okay. So you have the usual volley choice: expend extra ammo, take a minus d6, or have to move and expose yourself to harm.
I'll take the extra ammo.
Okay. So knock that off and roll your damage.
That's a 2.
2.
But
Okay,
that's a 3. I'll take the 3.
You take the 3, right? Okay. I mean, this thing is getting pretty pin-cushioned here and slashed up. Some gore is dripping from it. You feel like you've done a lot. This thing's pretty tough, and its hide seems tough as well. Harold, you are not incapacitated by this gas which is spreading, and Mrog, you won't be able to stay here too much longer without affecting you too. And the thing is bearing down on you, laughing as it charges through this magical smoke.
I'm going to try to finish it off here.
Okay.
Luck. We're all counting on you.
Right? I'm going to axe it one more time. What's up with this smoke? 11.
11. Okay. You have that magical option again where you deal straight up damage or take the extra d6, but a consequence.
I'm running low on hit points here. I think I just need to do the straight damage. Sorry, guys.
Okay. But remember, you roll twice and take the
Yep.
high. Ooh, and you're
Hopefully
happy
it's
about
more
that with
than
the
2.
2?
There we go,
8.
8.
Okay. Describe your finishing move, because that is enough.
All right.
It's just going to be straight up, starting with the axe down in front of my feet, swing it back up behind me and then down right through the top and just cleave him in twain.
Excellent. Okay, that plus all the damage plus the power of the serpent's tears.
Oh, and it's also forceful, whatever that means.
Yeah, so it does extra messiness to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wonderful.
so the thing like staggers back messily and collapses in a bloody heap on the ground in a mound of its own feces.
Nicely done.
The gas doesn't go away though. It is still filling the room, at least for now. Like there's enough wind, you can sense that it'll dissipate eventually, but this room will be dangerous for a bit.
Yeah, stumble out.
Yeah, can I stumble out with Harold?
Sure. Yeah, you guys stumble out arm in arm. Harold, you're going to take another round of hit from it, though. Oof, for 4.
Ouch.
I'm real
Okay.
sorry about that.
That's hurting. Not sorry enough.
Okay, so back in the entry room now, the smoke does, if you give it some time, it will dissipate. Do you want to do anything to, actually, no, you can have another constitution roll now, Harold, to see if you can shake this off.
All right, still at -1?
Oh, no, you're fine with that for now, just straight up
Okay.
con roll.
9.
Okay, that is going to be good enough. I meant to give you that roll. Yeah, so that's perfect. You do take that 4, but you shake it off after that.
Okay, sounds fine. I accept.
Okay. So there don't seem to be any other creatures here. Well, some flies. I guess there are some flies on the ground, what with all the material on the floor. But that 3-handed beast seemed to be the only resident of this stone building. Who else would want a room with him, I wonder?
Let me go axe him.
It'll never get tired.
No, well,
He's got 3 arms, and there's 3 of us. It's 1 arm each.
1 arm each. Oh, there we go. Dinner is served.
After a bit, the magical smoke seems to have cleared from his, you're guessing, lair, bedroom, whatever.
Oh, we go back in.
Okay. You see there's like hides of creatures he's killed in the past, maybe like some bones and bric-a-brac from previous travelers who weren't so fortunate as you. That little pedestal that orb thing was on definitely stands out. It has like some unique things carved on it. It's weird that he had this compared to everything else you're seeing in this room.
Oh, maybe we should discern some reality here.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here.
By the way, your wisdom -1 is gone now. You've recovered from the
Okay, I'm no
shrieking.
longer confused. I was going to ask. Yeah, so I can try and discern some realities here.
Go for it.
10.
10. Okay, so you get 3 questions from the discern realities. What happened here recently? What's about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who's really in control here? What here is not what it appears to be?
Let's start with what here is useful or valuable to me.
This stand was elaborately carved, and it has, it's not magical in and of itself, but you're guessing that at some point it was created by or for a wizard as kind of a rack to hold magical materials, like, say, some sort of magic gas grenade. And it seems like, while it doesn't seem to have any intrinsically magical properties itself you can discern, it is well made and definitely worth taking and selling somewhere.
All right. It's a lot to carry, but okay. Worth it.
And sorry, what was that question? It was what here is useful or valuable?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep that in mind too with your future questions.
Yeah. Let's see here. Well, how about what here is not what it appears to be?
So I'll give you a little bit almost of spouting lore. You know that people who live along the river in marshy areas, the cultures that lived here in the past, if they had valuables, they would have them higher up in case of flooding. And and you can kind of see on the map, there's like a dead zone in the building where the rooms don't take up as much room as they ought to. Like as though there's some kind of like false wall or something possibly concealed in there.
Oh, well, I passed that information along to my colleagues. We got some looting to do, maybe.
I'm going to axe the wall where the hidden door is.
One more question. Let's see. How about what should I be on the lookout for?
You think that at some point in this building's history, maybe in the more recent past, among whatever it's been used for, it was some kind of lair of, maybe a temporary lair of an itinerant wizard of some sort. You know that such a person, if they had stowed valuables here somewhere, would not have left it unguarded or untrapped. So
Right.
if you are going to start cracking away at things, there's probably some sort of protection here. You're guessing that this creature wasn't that protection. You're guessing that he just found this as a lair in more
Right.
recent history.
And very useful.
Sounds
All
like
right.
we need a trap expert.
Yeah.
If only we
had one.
such a thing.
Oh well, get that axe ready.
I'm probably a trap expert. Who knows?
Okay, I guess Tommy will inspect this thing for traps.
So you look around on the walls for a while, and you are eventually able to see, like, just holding your torch up. You don't necessarily need a roll from this. Now that you kind of know what you're looking for, you do see a spot in the mortar up higher on the walls, about 6 feet up off the ground. That's clearly later construction, as though somebody had taken out part of the wall at that height and then rebuilt it. So you're pretty sure this is your spot.
Is there a giant stone ball hidden in it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Tommy points that out.
Okay. And were you going to make a trap expert roll?
Sure, I will. You said I didn't have to roll one.
So no, that's right. The you didn't have to roll was to find the spot. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's not going to do well. That will do it. It's 9.
Okay. So you get one of your 3 trap expert questions. And with discern reality, take +1 forward when acting on the answers.
Ooh.
I think that counts.
Okay.
So that makes, you said it was a 9. That puts you up to a 10.
Oh, okay.
I always forget that about discern realities. You're supposed to get a +1 when you use that
Nice, thank you.
information.
That gives me a 3. Okay. That gives me a whole 3. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then, well, there's clearly a trap here.
Yes.
What activates it?
Okay. You like looking around at the outlines, and you find, now if you weren't looking really close and had good eyesight and getting the torch right up there, you see a line around the outside of where the mortar was of like infinitesimally sized writing, too small to make out what it is. It's though someone wrote like on the grout on a tile that's just like 1/8 of an inch thick. If somebody like wrote something there somehow, it's like that tiny. You see it makes a square around this area, and you're pretty convinced, for your knowledge of how traps work and magical traps, that it is 2-dimensional. If you cross it from that plane or broke in through that plane, it would set off the trap.
Yikes. Okay. What does this trap do?
Let's see. You don't know magic all that well. Well, whatever. You made the roll. It's going to trigger magical blades that are going to fling out of the wall.
Well, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good.
We don't want that.
And then my final question option is there anything else hidden here?
No, but I'll throw in with that for your third question. It appears that it only triggers if you come in through that plane. If you were to come in from behind it somehow, you wouldn't set it off, or above or below. Like it doesn't go back in 3 dimensions.
Okay. Well, I relay my findings to my companions and tell them that there appears to be some kind of spell or incantation built into the mortar in this wall that will trigger a trap if we breach this mortar in any way, if we breach it from the front. But if we can access it from somewhere else, we may be able to get in there. But do we even want to get in there?
Yeah,
I would think so. Now, accessing it from somewhere else, I mean, the ceiling?
Was you changing into an animal help at any point here? Are you even able to do that outside of the woods?
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Oh yeah, I can totally change. It's just like right now I'm mostly limited to like woodsy type creatures. But that's not that difficult. I mean, that's still a pretty wide swath of things.
Like a mouse?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything else in this room? Any other access points visible in the walls in this room or the ceiling or?
And there's no other obvious corridor. I mean, the wall is cracked and chipped in most places. Actually, the zone of the trap and presumably the sweet treasure that lies behind it is the most intact looking part of the wall.
What if we try burrowing in from outside or through the ceiling?
Yeah, let's just go outside and smash.
That's exactly what I was wondering. Well, how thick are these walls? Might be too thick. Hard to say.
We got a
No,
barbarian.
they're not.
All right, let's give it a shot. I'm willing to try that.
Okay. Yeah. So, are you going to the other room and trying to burrow through the wall or the
We are
ceiling?
taking the inelegant solution. No, I think we're actually going outside of the building
Yeah,
and
I think outside the
to the
building.
outside wall and just hacking through.
Well,
Okay. Well, you've got all night, presumably, if you're going to stay here for the night. So I think you can do it. I think we'll say it's going to cost you 2 uses of adventuring gear to like pull out tools to be able to do that.
do you guys have adventuring gear?
Yes,
Oh, I think I do. Let me
I
take a
will
look.
expect to.
Adventuring gear.
I got him.
Okay, I already lit my torch, so I already expended 1. So I think
right.
it's
Yeah.
only fair. Okay.
I will expend 2 and whip out 2 picks.
All right, there we go.
You guys, now if you're doing this with monsters around and stuff, this might be pretty dicey. But you've got, as I say, all night and are able gradually, slowly, painstakingly to break your way into this little alcove that's been dug out in the wall and then sealed over.
Nice.
Being careful, of course, as you get to the end of it to not chip through the trap wall. You are able to do it.
Awesome. And what did we get?
Inside there was presumably this itinerant mage's little petty cache, a small chest untrapped happily, filled with some coins,
Oh, yes.
40 gold worth.
Oh, wow.
There is in a bone tube a scroll. It's you're guessing magical, not just, there for the hell of it. And another tube contains 2 old pieces of parchment. One with an outdoor map when you unroll it, showing a location, and you think you could you got a rough idea of where it is. There's some rivers and mountains as landmarks that sound familiar to you. And then inside it is a map of what appears to be some sort of underground location, a treasure map, perhaps, or a map of some sort of catacomb.
Would you say the first map is like of the local environs here?
It is an outdoor area map. You think you could find your way to it with a spot marked on it. And then the other one is another map showing an interior location, presumably
Yeah,
where the
okay.
other map leads.
The
Right,
2
yeah.
maps are probably interconnected. Right. Okay, and so then
Okay.
you said there was 40 gold coins and a
Mhm.
scroll in a bone tube.
Yes,
Was there anything else, or was that everything?
that's it.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
That's
All
very
right.
good. I'm not, unfortunately, a wizard, but I'm sure we could sell the scroll for quite a bit of monies.
Exactly.
Absolutely, but
So
we've got us a treasure map.
Oh, I like that.
We curl up for the night on our big beds of poo, and well, we've been wandering through the woods for weeks. We probably
Yeah.
stink anyway.
It is
so.
fairly nice to have some shelter. And actually, you basically have a shower, multiple showers.
This is
Right.
true. And we've got, an arm of Hulk each.
Exactly.
Harold
Mhm.
is never stuffed about, what he smells like or being clean.
We're not averse to cannibalism.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I think we can wrap our session there and maybe start off next time we play this. We can start with going into your traveling settlement and taking it from there.
Sounds great.
Nice.
Awesome. Thanks again, Rob.
Thank you much,
Cool.
Thanks,
guys.
that was a lot
That
of
was a
fun.
lot of fun.